Stinky. Dirty.
This is the exclusively Alyssa podcast now. I'm taking it over. You can go upstairs, babe.
What?
It's all me now.
Hold on a second. I'm the one who started this podcast, and I'm the one who's authorized to finish it.
Sure. Maybe.
I've got big plans for the final episode. The final episode.
When's that gonna be?
It's gonna be in approximately 70 years.
Oh my god, we're gonna be like recording this podcast when we're like old.
That's like very optimistic of me. 70 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll be what, 100 and fucking
No.
I'll be like 98 or something.
You'll be like, yeah, like 97.
Wow.
About to be 98.
That's lit.
Yeah.
But also not, because I'm old as fuck, and I've been old for 30 years.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I've been using a walker for the past 35 years, and I've been in a wheelchair for the last 10.
I would love to live that old if I am fully functional.
I am fully functional. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to live that old. My plan was to die at 67, but now that I have a family, I feel like I'll probably extend that a little bit.
Did you just like think that you weren't gonna have a family?
Well, you know, I figured I probably would, but that was my plan, like, you know, before I had a family. You know, that was just my like kind of like go-to number. Everybody's got their number. You know?
I've just always like known that I was gonna have a family, so I've always just kind of like planned my life thinking about.
No, you didn't. That's bait.
Myself
your life
having a family. Yeah, I did.
No.
Absolutely, I did.
How come you? Well, well, what about your wild days? Why'd you take all those risks?
I literally. What risks?
All the risks you took.
Like what?
When you're single and fucking other guys.
Well, you know, like I still always knew I was gonna have a family.
Right.
I didn't take any risks.
Yeah, you were like base jumping and
No.
doing like you were doing like protests, like chaining yourself to like things and like doing like starving yourself for like to save like the seals. You know, I don't know. You know, this is the stuff I imagine you got up to before you met me.
No, absolutely not. I'm not that girl.
You just kind of hung out in Lancaster
Yeah.
for 18 years.
Yeah, I hung out in Lancaster. I went to this like coffee shop. Went to Barnes and Noble.
What's the craziest thing you ever did before you met me?
Oh my god.
On the spot. Right now. Go.
I like don't know.
Did you ever flip off a cop?
No.
Fuck you, pig.
Oh my god.
Throw a rock at his windshield. Kind of disrupt the peace a little bit. You know they're called peace officers now?
No, they're not.
Yeah, this is literally the Hunger Games. We're living in fucking Gilead Hunger Games. Fucking.
That's literally what they're called in like the
I got an Amber
Hunger
Alert
Games.
today. Yeah, I got an Amber Alert today, and it was like, you know, this person is like identified as like, you know, kidnapping a child or some shit. They're driving like a red Buick or some shit, and I was like, oh great, you know, I get this Amber Alert right when my fucking wife and child go to the park.
I got that Amber Alert too, and like I was like a little bit freaked out just because, you know, I am a chick, so just like leaving my house without my husband is like scary, you know.
Right.
So
yeah, you don't do it often.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare that you go anywhere without me.
Yeah.
So when you do, it's like, you know, I'm like, oh, like hopefully she's okay, you know.
And yeah, I'm at the park with my kid, and I got this Amber Alert, and yeah, that was my first thought. I was
Everyone
like,
got it. But it wasn't anywhere near us. It was like in like North St. Louis. It was like far away.
Yeah.
From where we live. We're in like in South St. Louis.
Dude, I literally constantly judge people now that I'm like a parent.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm constantly judging people out in public, like how they talk to their kids.
Yeah. I mean, I always was annoyed by the way people address their children in public, but now that I'm a parent, it's like extra worse.
Yeah, like today at the park, like this little boy who was maybe like 2, I don't know, he didn't seem like he was being that bad or doing anything like out of the ordinary of like what like a little boy, like a toddler aged boy would be doing. But his like mom was like saying like, I'm gonna leave you here.
What?
Like she was like threatening to like abandon him at the park.
What the fuck, dude?
I know. It was
That's
weird.
psychotic.
Yeah.
Jesus. Kids don't know like the joke that you're joking or that you're like not being serious either. So it's like that kid probably
that's
thought
like
it was
the
like
point
for real.
is like like these parents who like say stuff like that like to their toddlers, they like want their toddlers
That's
to
fucked.
take them seriously.
These parents are so stupid. Like you can tell they're dumb because they get like emotionally like involved in the situation.
Yeah.
It's like you have to detach yourself emotionally.
Yeah, it's like your toddler's
You're talking to a toddler.
behavior
It's
is
not
like
it's not an adult.
is not like personal. Like it's
I mean, you should really detach yourself emotionally from most interactions.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like getting angry,
Mhm.
but especially with children. Like they're literally children. They don't have the faculty to even like respond like in a way that would make sense. They don't have the faculty to understand what you're saying in a way that makes sense. It's like so crazy for them. They're literally just kids. Like do you remember when you were a kid? Like things were crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like
You didn't know what was going on.
yeah, when you're a kid, like your parents are literally God. Like they're like literally your whole universe. Like it's crazy.
It's literally nuts. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some of this salmon on the pod. Hope you guys don't mind.
Dude, the salmon that we get is so good. It's from Costco. It's like smoked salmon.
It is really tasty. Highly recommend. When's our next Costco trip coming up?
When do you want to go?
You know, whenever we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we're out of stuff. It's good. Succulent.
Yeah, it is really good.
It's a little salty. Not too salty.
Mm-hmm. ASMR.
Yeah, I think we should go back soon. They might have some deals on Lego. You never know.
Ooh, yeah.
They have like the best
have those
deals.
Huge squishmallows.
Yeah, they might have a new Squishmallow out. Babe, wake up. New Squishmallow just dropped.
We gotta get going. We gotta get on.
Yeah.
Be on our way.
We're a couple of white bread, all-American consumers.
Mm-hmm.
We like to consume products made for us by, I don't know, probably like slave labor or something.
Yeah.
Most likely.
I just finished listening to this book. It's called Dumbing Us Down by this guy named John Taylor Gatto.
Right.
And it's like basically this guy, the author, he was like a public school teacher. I think he was like an elementary school teacher for like 30 years in like New York City. And he won like New York City's like teacher of the year or something in like the 90s or something. And now he spends like all his time like writing books and like talking about like how shitty school is, like not just public school but just kind of like the whole idea of like compulsory learning or like compulsory school, which is like, you know, public school, private school, or like even like homeschool, even if you're having like a curriculum or whatever. Like just kind of like the whole idea of like, you know, the government like forces you to send your kids to school like somehow, and like how like that's just really damaging, and how most kids or like a lot of kids like just don't really actually learn anything. And you know, just like the devastation of like separating like a family unit for like most of the time. Like you're barely home with your family, and like when you are home with your family, you're like doing homework. You know, like it just gives you like zero time to gives like the students like zero time to do any like self, you know, exploration or like learning things that they actually want to do, or pursuing any of their own passions, or even like learning about passions that they don't even know that they have yet. You know what I mean? Like, you basically just have no time for like creating your own identity and spending time with your parents and like your siblings and stuff.
Basically, the only thing you learn in school is how to obey.
Yeah, literally.
And fall in line.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they want.
No,
They want to suck up all your time so you don't have any individual thoughts. They want you to get ready to dig in to a nice long career serving the fucking man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a cool book.
No, yeah, it was. It's pretty short. It's like less than 4 hours. I listened to it over the course of like a few days, like while I was like doing chores and stuff. It was pretty good.
What was that guy's name again?
John Taylor Gatto.
Gato. Cat in Spanish.
Yeah.
Is he Spanish?
I think he is. I think he like, or I'm not sure, but like, I don't know what he looks like, but in the book he like mentions something that kind of makes him sound like he might be Hispanic.
Is he handsome? You got a crush on him?
I don't know what he looks like.
Are you in correspondence with him?
What?
Be honest. Are you talking to him? Did you slide into his DMs?
No. I don't even know if he has DMs to slide into.
I know he's like older and he's a respectable older gentleman. He's probably got some cash. If he's handsome, you know, I might just have to leave me.
Forrest will literally create just like situations that like in the car today we were driving past we were like driving home and he was like, what if a Starbucks was built like right here, like we're like it was like in a spot that's like really close to our house.
It was like on the corner to the street that you take to turn into our neighborhood. There's literally an Oberweis ice creamery where they sell all sorts of sugary confections, and it's bait because like it's really tasty and it's right there, but it's also, you know, obviously bad for you because it's ice cream, so we can't go, but it tempts us every day.
We actually went one time because it was like our anniversary, and we both got insane like stomach problems, like stomach cramps.
Yeah, something was wrong with the milk that day.
Like, it was crazy. Like, we didn't throw up or anything or have like diarrhea, but like I remember I was like in intense pain, and I was literally like, am I like having like a miscarriage right now? Like,
yeah, it was scary.
Yeah,
like it was something with the soft serve because it wasn't in what I got, and it was only in the thing you got, like the Blizzard type thing.
Yeah.
And then like you didn't finish yours because you're like, this is making me feel horrible, and I was like, you know, she's probably just being, sensitive. You know, I'm a man. Yeah. I can handle it. And I want more ice cream, so I'll eat it. And so I ate the rest of it for you. And literally like less than 5 minutes later, I was in extreme abdominal pain.
Yeah, I remember I was like,
and it lasted hours.
There, and like I was like literally like, I felt like I was having like like contractions. Like, it brought me back to giving birth to Luna. Like, I was like, oh my god, like this is crazy. Like, it was like horrendously painful.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because like, yeah, you didn't know that was gonna happen, but like I'm like literally an idiot.
He just like let it. He just like, didn't.
I thought I could handle it.
Believe me, or thought I was being dramatic.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, a little, I can handle it. You know? My lust for the ice cream. For the ice cream.
It was really good. I was
the sensible
really sad.
decision-making processes in my brain.
It was like delicious. Like, I was sad that I couldn't like eat more of it.
It did taste really good.
And I was like jealous when he was eating it, even though like as I'm like in extreme pain, I was still like, wow, like he's enjoying that ice cream. Like, I wish that was me.
So that was the last time I went there.
Oh yeah. And then so like Forrest was like, oh, what if that was a Starbucks instead? Because I still really like Starbucks, and Forrest allows me to get Starbucks.
Yeah, when you've been good.
So, and I was like, oh my god, I would go there all the time. I'd like walk up there with like Luna and, get a Starbucks. And he was like, And then you meet some hot barista with tattoos. And he's really muscular and really handsome. And then he's
got dark, deep, ocean-like eyes.
And then, you guys flirt for like a few weeks. And then he'll take you on a ride on his motorcycle.
He's like, hey, I just got a new motorcycle and wanted to give it a test drive. You got some free time? And you'll be like, oh, of course, let me, find someone to watch Luna or whatever. Like, I'll be working, sweating my ass off, animating downstairs. And you'd be like, babe, I'm going to go hang out with Mackenzie. Can you watch Luna or whatever? I'm like, sure, okay, whatever. And then you actually bait me and you're hanging out with motorcycle barista man. Guy has no prospects, okay? I have a job where I have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Okay? And his cock's probably not even nearly as big as mine. Just so you know. I'm way cooler than that guy.
Like this guy that you
just because he drives a
created
motorcycle
in your head,
and he's got bigger muscles than me doesn't necessarily mean
Forrest is like
he's the better option.
Preemptively jealous.
He might be better with his words than me. He might be more traditionally handsome than me, and he drives a motorcycle. But I'm still your husband, and you have to listen. You have to respect me.
Of course, babe.
You married me. You signed an agreement.
I did.
Yeah, I remember.
Marriage is crazy. Like, you literally sign a document that's like, I promise to be with this one person.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life.
Yeah,
we're
it's really cool.
Bound.
Yeah, it's really nice to do it. Feels really good.
Yeah.
I would recommend people do it.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend marriage and having children. Especially having kids is just the best thing ever, but it's better for everyone if you are married too.
Right.
Kids.
Did you have a good 2-year anniversary?
Yeah, we did.
Besides the ice cream thing?
We went to Mellow Mushroom, which was yummy.
Right.
What else do we do?
I think we
It was really cold.
Yeah, it was chilly.
Our anniversary, Valentine's Day, and my birthday are all in February. And that's literally the coldest freaking month of the year here.
I think we went out and got dinner or something.
Did we go to 2 restaurants?
Possibly.
I know for sure we went to Mellow Mushroom.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we probably just went there and maybe we got Panera or something.
So there's
we really treated ourselves that day. I remember we went to multiple places.
Yeah, I think we
just spent the day together.
I think we went to Target.
Oh yeah, Target's always fun.
We probably went to Target.
Nice.
But I just feel and during the winter time here, there's basically nothing to do except just go to restaurants or go shopping.
You can go to the mall.
Go to the mall or stay at home. You really there's
yeah, which those are all good things to do. But it's not it's not as nice as maybe going to a park, when during a nice day. Yeah,
I've been really just enjoying this really nice weather that we've been having. I'm so sick of seeing the inside of stores and malls and I'm honestly getting sick of Target and stuff.
You're having food aversions, now you're having location aversions.
Yeah.
Yeah, Target's been slipping recently, dude.
Yeah, Target is almost as bad as Walmart these days.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Every time I go there now, there's clothes on the floor.
Yeah,
shit's not put in the right spot. There's boxes.
The thing is, I was telling Forrest this one time when we were at Target, and there's a huge mess, or whatever. If I was the manager of a Target or any kind of store, I would just feel I am hosting. I am the host of a house party or something.
Right.
And all the customers there are my guests. And it's an incredibly formal, Like, you don't really know these people very well.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Basically how they do it at
trying
Disney.
You're trying to impress them. You know what I mean?
It'd be the Disney World of shopping complexes.
Yeah, right?
You know what was fun going to Disney Springs?
Yeah, Disney Springs was fun. That was like one of my favorite parts of it.
That was like one of my favorite parts too.
Yeah.
I love shopping, dude. I'm such a consumer head.
Yeah.
Shopping
is fun.
I love going to the Lego. We went to the Lego store. They got recognized by like a fan. Got to talk to him. He slipped me some free Legos on the side. Shh! Don't tell anyone I gave you these. These aren't even out yet.
I really like outdoor
The exclusive sets.
malls, like outdoor shopping areas.
Yeah.
Where you can like, you know, you go into a store and then like there, you know what I mean? Yeah, like Disney Springs or like the Americana, like in Burbank.
I like how they renamed it to Disney Springs. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah,
but
it's way classier sounding than downtown
people
Disney.
used to get fucked up at downtown Disney, and they put the kibosh on that. They said no more drinking, a little bit of drinking because we want your money, but we're not having crazy wild nights here anymore.
Yeah,
This is a family-friendly institution. Yeah, make Walt proud.
Yeah.
You know, Walt was a pretty heavy drinker towards the end.
Yeah.
He had a lot of pain. He was living with a lot of pain towards the end.
Oh,
So he had to soothe himself with various cocktails throughout the day.
that's sad.
I mean, it's good he had the cocktails, you know, to keep him
Would have been better if he had
at peace.
some ganja, some weed.
He might have. You never know with Walt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was really rich.
He was very wealthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think marijuana was considered a more of a drug for black people back then.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there was a lot of overlap. I imagine Walt didn't have many black friends.
Yeah, probably not.
Black people always start all the cool stuff, and then the white people come in. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Yeah, weed is just really like good. Like we like smelled some weed the other day. Like we were out at the park, like, and we passed by like a skate park,
A bunch of stoners.
and we like got a whiff of some weed. We haven't had any weed in a really long time, and I
Yeah.
was like, ooh.
We're with our daughter here. Put away the ganja, you smokeheads.
No, they weren't. I didn't see anybody like actually smoking.
I saw them puffing on their vapes.
I just like smelled it.
Yeah, it was very strong in the air.
Yeah.
Bunch of skate punks.
Yeah.
You run away with some skater, some hot, tanned, muscly,
God.
leathery skater.
Forrest's Instagram bio right now is like chilling, skating, trying to work, and he's like, I've never like skated.
Not even
Ever.
once. Not even tried.
He got that from freaking like that one show that we were watching, like Marrying Millions.
Oh man, I missed that show. That was fun. That
Yeah.
was a good trash show for a while.
No, yeah, it was.
You know, that new show is out on Netflix. You know you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I know what you're talking about.
It's called like
Ultimatum or something like
yeah,
that.
the Ultimate Bait or something. Yeah. Where they I think they like have couples that like are thinking about getting married.
It's so
And
embarrassing.
they shake some ass in front of their face and see if they'll take it.
Yeah, literally. But it's like one of them, it's like they take a couple, and like one person in the couple wants to get married and the other person doesn't.
Mm.
And then they kind of like let them mingle with like all these other couples.
We've been dating for 17 years and he still hasn't popped the question.
I'm
starting to wonder if he ever will.
I'm so grateful that Forrest like wanted to get married to me like really soon.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you go. I'm going to snatch you up.
We got married like almost like we were together for almost 2 years before we got married, like officially married, but we were like talking about getting married like for like maybe since we were like, I don't know, together for like 4 or 5 months, because I moved in with you. I literally moved like from California to
Well,
St.
we had
Louis.
like really like similar goals when we first met and we first started dating. Like we talked about stuff and we were like, this is like what we want, or this is what I want, and it was very similar to like what you wanted.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I'd never had a connection like that with anyone. like none of the people I dated, the men and women, the various genders that I've dated, none of them, they had that same like idea in mind of like starting a family, and like that's always what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you were also really hot, and I was like, this is it.
Yeah, that's how I felt
Here
too.
she is.
Yeah, that's how I was feeling that too. Cause like, I feel like it was like our like third date. Forrest was like talking about like, yeah, like I want a family, like I want to settle down.
I'm not trying to date forever.
Yeah, I think that's like exactly how you worded it. You were like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to date forever,
Right.
like I want a family. And then
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, me too. And then we started, and then he was homeschooled, and he was saying how like, he wanted his kids to be like homeschooled.
Right, that's important to me.
And so I was like, oh shit, like I've always thought that too.
Yeah, Alyssa just has like all the same ideas about like child rearing that I do, pretty much.
Yeah. And so when he moved, I like just like basically moved at the same, like I stayed in California for like 4 more months because I had to like finish high school.
Excuse me.
Oh my god. Forrest is dying.
Yeah. I honestly saved your life.
No, he did. Like Forrest saved me from like religious indoctrination.
Holy shit. She was about to
And-
go to this
and
like Christian
college.
college.
Yeah.
It was going to be and like where was it, like in Oklahoma or something?
It was like in
It's
Arizona.
going to be terrible.
But like
Arizona, yeah.
I was
Just as
literally
bad.
just gonna go to college because like I felt like I had to. You know what I mean? Like I felt like
Yeah, you didn't even have like an idea of what you wanted to do
I
other
was-
than like raise kids.
yeah, I was like going to major in psychology, but like I had no plan for what I was gonna do after college or like what I was gonna use my degree for.
Right.
Like it was just like I'm just going just because like
It's expected.
yeah, exactly.
Right. I think that's a lot of people.
And so yeah, when I met Forrest and like he was like this guy who was like, oh yeah, like I want a family. I want my kids to be homeschooled by my wife. Like I was like, oh, like this seems like a much better option and aligns with what I actually want.
Nice. Yeah. So she dropped out.
Yeah.
She packed up, and we moved her across the country to St. Louis, Missouri.
Yep.
Excuse me. Yep. And the rest is history.
Yep.
Then we started this podcast.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I had a pretty productive day. Sounds like you had a good day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a good day.
Yeah. It was a good day. Solid day. You got a lot done.
We went to our midwife.
Mm-hmm.
We heard the baby's heartbeat.
The new baby. Yeah. Are we gonna announce the baby's name at any point?
I know we haven't said his name like
People keep asking me.
on.
And it's like
on the
I
internet.
know what it is, but we just haven't like announced it.
I'm not opposed to announcing it before he's born.
We did with Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We basically announced Luna's name like when we announced her like gender. Like when we had the gender reveal.
Right. Yeah, we knew pretty early on.
Yeah.
It took us a while to arrive at this other name.
I mean, not really.
Not really. It just took us a little bit longer.
It's the same name.
It wasn't as like
It's the
simple.
same name that would have been Luna's name if she was a boy. Because, like, we had 2 names. It was, like, Luna and then, like, the boy's name. And
Right.
then when we, found out that Luna was a girl, we just immediately start calling her Luna. But this time, Forrest was really, like, into the same name. And I was kind of like, oh, maybe, like, maybe we'll change it up. And he was like, no, what are you talking about? So yeah, it just took us like a little bit longer to kind of like settle and like really fully 100% decide.
Right.
But now it's pretty much 100% because like we've told people this is his, like our friends, and we told like our midwife, and we've just been calling him his name.
Right. We'll keep you fuckers in suspense though. We're not gonna let you guys know yet.
Do you want it? Do you want to say it?
No.
I'm thinking maybe we should wait until he's born. He's gonna be here pretty soon.
Yeah, he'll be here any minute.
Like 3 months from now.
Yeah, you can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. That's for us. We bear it all on this podcast, but some things we take with us.
I follow this one girl right now who's pregnant, and she like knows her baby's gender and like their name, but she's not telling like Instagram. She's just kind of like, yeah, like
That's so funny. Yeah, well, I'm excited for the new baby. That's gonna be great.
I know. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm excited to give birth again.
New birth with Jen, new midwife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Jen. I think she seems really cool. I'm excited to like see how she operates. You know, that come the day of.
Yeah.
See how she performs. You know, really test her grit.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I feel like I just know so much more this time than I did
Yeah.
last time. Like, thankfully we had our old midwife Davy, who was great, and like, you know, she like did a lot of things or with us that I like didn't really know about, but like if I did know, I would have like asked for, if like you know what I mean.
Yeah, but now
like,
you know.
She did like the delayed cord clamping, which I didn't know about until I like was literally like after I gave birth. She didn't do like the antibiotic ointment on Luna's eyes. She like, you know, did the placenta. She cut up my placenta and had me like eat it in like over the course of a week and
Yum.
stuff. Yeah, Forrest still has that TikTok of him making me a smoothie with my part of my placenta.
Yeah, I remember one time I got into an argument with a communist on Twitter, and he's like, "Go feed your wife more placenta, you freak."
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I like getting into arguments on Twitter with communists. Like they're so stupid, and it's funny to like see them you know, kind of like try to make sense of the world.
Yeah.
But also terribly sad.
There's this one podcast. I've been listening to this podcast by this guy. His name's like James Lindsay, and his podcast is called New Discourses. And he has a podcast that's called like Communism Doesn't Know How. And that's like the title of it, and like he basically just like lays out like communism and, you know, like all the people who kind of like created this like ideology, and just like all the reasons why it like doesn't really work in like the real world and stuff. It's a good listen if you're interested.
Yeah. I just think like humans are naturally capitalistic, and if you create a communist system, people are going to learn how to take advantage of it. If it was run by a computer AI, maybe I'd be down for that. Like if the AI was programmed to like run everything as efficiently as possible, then possibly it could work. But just knowing the way humans are, like they're greedy and selfish, and they're gonna use the system to their advantage, and then you're gonna have a bunch of people with power, and then a bunch of people who are powerless. Whereas with capitalism, at least there's like a chance, even though that's still the case, where there's a lot of very powerless people and a lot of very powerful people. There's still the ability to like work your way up the ladder, you know. Whereas with communism, it's like you basically have to join the government if you want to do that.
Yeah. It's just like...
And then you're basically in this like fucking death cult. Yeah,
it's like with communism, it's like, you know, you're not like free to do what you want, and you're still gonna struggle. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people have this idea of communism that it's like just like a utopia, but it's like, do you know why people are like, why people struggle and like why we have issues? It's because like humans are just like inherently like greedy and selfish. And it's like, it's not necessarily even a bad thing that humans are inherently selfish, because it's like that's how we survive. You know what I mean? Like that's like in like our DNA and like are, you know, ingrained in us, like how, like that's how our brains work, like that's just like evolution basically.
Yeah, there's like lots of ways and steps we can take to improve things, but yeah, communism is not
But
one of
you just
them.
don't want to like give your power to other people and just like expect other people to take care of you,
Right.
because it's like they are corrupt and like they are looking out for themselves ultimately.
Right.
And it's like, but you are too, and it's like that's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like you should, like, it's okay like that
Yeah,
if
we're pack
everyone,
animals.
if everybody like, you know, like looks out for themselves, like that's not like that's not like a bad thing. Like I feel like people have like a really negative connotation, but that's just kind of how.
Yeah, like just like
That's just,
look
like,
at
the
the way
truth.
like any kind of government institution is run. It's like,
Yeah.
do you really want them to be like have more power over you?
Yeah.
But yeah, people do. It's weird.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the way I like to think about it or like try to explain to people is like, okay, think about like the DMV.
Right.
Like, do you enjoy going to the DMV? Do you feel like you're really valued and by the DMV employees, and that, you know, your time is taken seriously, and like, you know, it's like, no, like they treat you like a number, and like they are like just like over it, like they're doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, I feel bad for people who work at the DMV. You can tell this
Yeah.
they hate their lives.
Yeah.
This fucking sucks.
And it's like, because there's no kind of like competition or whatever, like you have to go to like the DMV.
Right. That's
Like,
the thing. That's the thing with communism. Like,
yeah.
there's no competition, so there's no reason for innovation or change.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of fucking circle jerks.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's get into some emails, huh? You wanna?
Emails.
We could talk about communism all day and how much it fucking blows. But I am interested in reading some spicy takes.
You guys have probably just like already heard all of our communism rants.
I don't know. We don't talk about it that often.
Yeah, maybe I'm
sometimes.
just like remembering past conversations that you and I have had privately.
Let's see. Yeah, so someone was like, yeah, I just finished listening to all the Just for Clicks episodes, like in a row. I'm like, damn, that's like a lot. I don't think even I could do that. It's impressive.
Yeah, I'm honestly like, I don't even want to know like what I said, like, you know, like a year or
You're so
two
funny.
ago.
Yeah, Alyssa like hates like listening to herself or watching herself on
I
video.
just feel like
She's incredibly
my
insecure.
like opinions like change on things. You know what I mean? So like I would just be embarrassed if like I said something back in the day that like really confidently and then like now I like am like actually I'm more on the fence about it, or like I disagree with it. Cuz that happens to me a lot, because like I like kind of try to like expose myself to information that
Mm-hmm.
you know goes against like what I believe or whatever.
Well, don't just take it as a learning experience. Don't be embarrassed by it.
Well, yeah, I guess that embarrassed isn't the right word. It's just like I'm glad that, you know, people would, I don't know. Like I just wouldn't want people to think that's like what I still think, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, who cares? Well, literally, who cares like about what people think? You gotta drop that.
Yeah, you're right. Forrest is always telling me to like stop caring what people think, and he's right.
The only person you should care about what they think is me,
Mhm.
and like your children.
That's true.
No one else matters.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it'd be great to have, you know, friends, but if your friends are gonna leave you because you express yourself, they're not really your friends.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were, but they aren't excited about who you are or who you become, so they naturally move on and you make new friends.
Mhm.
But yeah, your family is like forever, you know, so
Mhm.
you really shouldn't care about appeasing anyone but them. Let's see. We got an email from Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Conflicted about friends. Here we go. Please keep my name anonymous. Thanks. I will. I've got his name right here. I could say it if I wanted to. It starts with the letter X. Just kidding.
It's
It doesn't.
Really hot here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That'd be cool though if your name started with X though, right? They call you Professor X. If you became a professor and your name started with X,
Yeah.
it'd be sick.
What names do you start with X?
Xavier.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's it. Anyway, hey Forrest and Alyssa, I'm a huge fan of the podcast, and I've binged nearly all the episodes in about a week. Oh yeah, this is the email I was talking about. Yeah, that's crazy. In a week? How many episodes have there been? There's like 30 episodes so far.
Wow.
Not that many.
Thanks for caring about what we have to say.
Literally, thank you.
That's sweet.
That is sweet. I'm glad that the podcast is working, dude. The thing is, it's a slow start, but it's definitely got its listeners, and that's why we keep doing it, because we want to improve and get better.
Mm-hmm.
So we're always looking to make changes and make the experience really good for you guys. Let's see. Oh yeah, 31 episode. This is the 32nd episode of Just for Clicks that we're recording right now. So that's over a day of content, because each one's like an hour.
Wow.
Some of the earlier ones were like shorter.
Yeah.
So I didn't quite know what the format was going to be yet. I think the first one's like 20 minutes. Stupid. What was I thinking? Who wants to listen to a 20-minute podcast? It's over in like a blip.
A blip.
Yeah, podcasts are good because I'll get to the email eventually, but podcasts are good because you can really put them on, and you're in it. You're going to be in it for a while. You don't have to worry about changing to the next YouTube video, or
yeah,
you can get shit done while a podcast is on.
It's honestly,
that's what I like about them.
It's good for me to listen to really long podcasts or books.
Yeah.
Because my attention span is so fried. Because I'm
fried.
Generation Z or whatever. But it's therapeutic. It's I feel like I'm healing my attention span. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Hopefully you can help me out with my situation. So I have this friend, Julian. I would say he's one of my closest friends. We talk on a regular basis and have a lot in common and enjoy ourselves when we talk, hang out. There is pretty much nothing wrong with friendship when looking at it in a vacuum. The issue is that my other friends absolutely hate Julian, and I've been told by them and other people at my high school, I'm 15 years old, some very damning things about him. Julian used to be friends with my other friends, and we were all one large friend group, but they started to distance themselves from him. I soon found out it was because he was apparently texting this one girl from my school on Snapchat and being very creepy with her. The girl in question was the one to tell me this, and I was very disturbed. I won't go into full detail, but one example was that he was talking about how she gave him a hard-on constantly. When I asked him about this, he immediately denied it and said the girl was lying simply because she didn't like him. I believed him because the girl never showed me any solid proof, and he was a close friend after all. But similar situations continued to pop up. Another girl told me a similar story, though not as horrible or creepy, and in general, a lot of people have gone to despise him based on his behavior. Sorry, I got mixed up there. This is a long email. Just recently, Julian's girlfriend broke up with him because of a story that another girl told her about how Julian had apparently tried to make a move on her at a party. The classic, dude. He has always said that people saying this stuff about him he has always said that the people saying this stuff about him just don't like him, want to make him look bad, and are just lying. I have been finding it harder and harder to believe him each time. I mean, why would some random people straight up lie about some guy that did nothing to them for no reason? It just doesn't add up. Just recently, another one of my friends cut contact with him. So now it's basically me being friends with Julian and talking to him on a regular basis, my other group of friends being friends with me, and the other group of friends hating Julian's guts. This is where my dilemma is. The other group of friends are great people that I cherish dearly. They don't seem to have any ill will towards me for staying in contact with Julian, which I appreciate, but they clearly despise him. I wouldn't say I'm close to any of them, as I am with Julian, though. Julian is my great friend, and like I said earlier, he has done me no wrong personally, and I would be sad to see our friendship go. But lately, I felt like I'm split down the middle, and if I continue to be friends with Julian and my other group of friends, it will have to end in no longer being friends with one side. These things have been coming out about Julian, though they have been heartbreaking to say the least, and I'm not sure how much longer I can pretend to 100% believe his side of it. Please help me with this, Forrest and Alyssa. What should I do? Do I stay with how things are? Do I move away from my other group of friends? Do I cut contact with Julian? If so, how can I go about it? Thank you. Nice. Good email. Well written. Serious issue. This is what we live and die on it on Just for Clicks. Okay, so let's help this guy out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want to take a swing at this, or should I?
Well, I guess you should.
Batter up.
Yeah, you should take a swing at it.
Yeah, well, I think, he hasn't done you any wrong personally, but you're starting to get these, like, creepy vibes from him. So what I would do personally would be to try to focus on the other friend group and distance myself from him. I don't really believe in, like...
You're just gonna, like... You're telling him to just, like... Believe this... Like... Believe everyone else and, like, not... Believe his friend.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Because, like, everyone's saying this about this guy. It's very clear that he's, like, a liar. Just from, like, the email that I just read.
So, what did he do? He Snapchatted a girl that she gives him a heart on.
Constantly.
It's
that's not that bad.
That's what I'm saying. It's just kind of like...
He's like 15 and he's trying to flirt, and it's like he's bad at it.
Yeah. I just like...
I mean,
yeah,
maybe if she like was like, hey, stop texting me that, and he continued to text her that would be one thing, but that's not what the email said.
Yeah, it's like, it's inappropriate. It's like kind of, not tactful, not very classy, but it's like, he's like, I don't know. Does that warrant, like, even if that's true, like, it's like, does that really warrant, like, all, like every single one of his friends?
Yeah, I wish she kind of given me more things that Julian has done. Because it doesn't seem like there's, like, a list of... There's really only that one thing, and that wasn't even that bad.
Maybe, like, I don't know. I feel like if I were you, I don't know, but, like, maybe you should just, like, talk to him and kind of be like, dude, like, if you did do this stuff, like, maybe you should just, like, apologize to the people you made uncomfortable.
Well, he's just denying it. He's like, these people just, like, are making up stories about me because they don't like me. Like, that's bait. Like, obviously, like, that's, like, not true. People don't just... Yeah, you're right, dude. You're like, trust your instincts. Like, people don't just, like, go around making up random stories about random dudes just for fun. Like, that's not how it works. Like, this guy is weird. And, like, I have weird friends. Like, I get it, but I don't hang out with them constantly. They're not, like, my great friends.
Mm-hmm.
The friends that I have kind of, like, on the peripheral of my, like, existence, and, like, I see them occasionally, and they're fun, and I enjoy them, but I also know that they're, like, kind of weird at the same time.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like you don't have to, like, cut ties with either friend group. I feel like that's a little bit dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can just kind of distance yourself emotionally from Julian?
Yeah.
Julius Caesar? What's his name?
Yeah, that's a good piece of advice. Yeah, just kind of like, it sounds like, you asked if you could keep things how they were or how they are, and I guess you just should do that. You can just kind of, like, be friends with him. You don't have to cut it off.
I would say that with the caveat of, like, try to focus on deepening your connection with your other group of friends.
Yeah.
And try to find people you can hang out with more on that side.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you don't want to have, like, one good friend. You want to have, like, several good friends. Your best friend should really be your wife or your girlfriend.
Yeah, well, he's 15, so.
Well, get to it. Gotta snatch them up. Mm-hmm. Like, the good ones go quick. So you should be focusing on dating. I'm not saying you should marry anyone right now. You're still 15, but focus on dating and finding a partner, a match.
Yeah, that's a good piece of advice. Yeah, like dating is where it's at. Dating is like,
Unless you want to date Julian, then
yeah.
then you should just date him and fuck everyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, sounds like you're probably not into him in a sexual way. He's just a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you can still hang out with him. You know, yeah, like unless you like, yeah. The thing is, like, he said he won't go into more detail about what Julian did. So I don't know what else Julian did. The only thing that I heard that he did was that he texted a girl that he got a hard on. It's like, that's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it'd be better if Julian wasn't like lying about it.
But yeah, he is lying about it, so that makes me question him all up and down the block.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a serious situation, all jokes aside, so I hope you can kind of come to a satisfactory conclusion with it, at least something that you feel like is making progress towards a better goal. But yeah, you kind of have to decide like what that goal is. And yeah, I feel like you don't have to like make it so concrete. You can kind of just like move away from him and stop spending so much time with him and kind of spend that extra time with new people. And yeah, you're only 15. I mean, like, the whole freaking world's out in front of you.
The world is your oyster.
Yeah, the oyster is the world, and it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go ahead and go out there and splash around in the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, that's been just for clicks. We still have 9 minutes left, so what are we going to talk about?
I remember like that last thing from last episode.
Oh, we got some follow-up?
I said I was going to talk about Botox or something.
Right. I'm glad you remembered that. Let's talk about Botox.
Yeah.
Gross.
God. Nasty. Because
like there's been an influx of content creators that you follow who you've had to unfollow.
Yeah, like I just like it's just so hard to watch these like women who are in their like early 20s get Botox. It's crazy. It's literally nuts. Like they don't look old like at all.
Even if you do look old, don't get Botox.
Yeah, right? But it's especially crazy when these like young women get it, because it's like, you know, old women like are older, like middle, like 40s, 50s. Like, I don't think you should get it at any time. I think you should just embrace your natural look always, basically, or whatever. But at least when you get in your 40s and 50s, it makes sense because you're trying to like look young again or whatever. Like, you're trying to like regain your youth. But like these women are literally like still freaking like 20. Like, there's this one girl who got some and she's like literally 22, like my age, and I'm just like, what the frickety frack?
It's just like a trendy thing right now.
But so there's like, you know, aside from kind of like the moral, ethical reasons why I don't agree with it, it literally like does the opposite of what they say it's gonna do, especially when you get it when you're like really young, because it makes like the muscles in your face, like it stiffens them. Like, that's kind of like the whole point, is so like you get in your forehead.
I think the goal is to look like the 89 Joker as depicted by Jack Nicholson. Right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you've never seen that movie. He's got this like big, like horrifying, like surgically like produced grin.
Yeah. No, yeah, seriously. It's like nasty, but like basically like the whole point of Botox is to, you know, like it stiffens your face muscles or whatever. But if you get it when you're super young, it has the opposite effect, because it like makes the muscles in your face like atrophy. So over time, like your face is just gonna look like droopy because you like never use the muscles. It's like fucked up,
dude.
Isn't so that fucked?
You gotta get more of it in order to compensate.
Yeah,
It's like, have you ever seen the movie Catwoman? I'm sorry to keep bringing up all these Batman references, but this is like this is like how I relate to the world. Okay, so just bear with me. But the main villain in that movie is played by Sharon Stone. It's Halle Berry and Sharon Stone. Halle Berry's Catwoman. Sharon Stone plays the fucking bitch makeup mogul, and she's introducing this like new product to market, and it's a cream that like decreases your age. It's like this miracle breakthrough cream.
Mm-hmm.
You rub it on your face, and it makes you age backwards. Basically, it's like really highly effective.
Yeah.
And there's a dirty little secret though. If you use it for too long, you have to keep using it, or you're literally, your face falls off.
Babe, like, that's like a movie.
Yeah.
But it's like real life.
I know, right?
Like, that's like literally like that's
It's not even like a fucking like fake plot. It's like just like, yeah, like it's actually happening.
Yeah.
There's just no Catwoman to save us.
Yeah. Like things like just like any like surgery, any like unnecessary medical procedure that you don't need to like literally survive, like you just shouldn't get, like especially like cosmetic surgery, like, or cosmetic procedures like Botox. It's just so lame and like stupid. And yeah, like breast implants are really bad for you.
I think the cream like made Sharon Stone like invincible or something though. Like it made her face like really hard.
Yeah.
So when she got punched by Catwoman, she like cracked like marble.
I feel like there's
It's
kind of
gross.
like this like culture or this idea that it's like, oh, like, you know, that's like it's like your choice or whatever. Like you should be able to do whatever you want. And it's like, yeah, you should, but it's also just kind of like, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, like I'm still gonna like criticize you for making dumb choices.
Yeah,
and like
right.
try to prevent you from like horribly like affecting your body in a negative way.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like wrong and disgusting.
And then yeah, it really bothers me because a lot of like these women are like mothers and they
And it's
have
a
like
bad
babies
influence.
and like daughters and stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, like
Right.
that's so bad. Like
Mommy just got her Botox shots.
like
One day
what
you'll
the
be old
fuck?
enough to get Botox too.
Yeah, right. And it's kind, and yeah, like what did you say? You said something like it's kind of fucked up from like a husband's perspective because he's like, you know, what is he supposed to say? Like, oh, like that looks great. It's like, oh well, like is that saying that like you didn't look good like before?
Yeah, like you literally can't win.
Yeah.
Like if you're the husband of one of these women who gets Botox, it's like, what do you fucking even say? Like when she comes home and she's got the new Botox in.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks so good. Like, but then it's like, oh, like that just confirms that I looked worse before.
Yeah.
And then or you say like, you know, well, I liked you better before. Then your wife's like, well, you're not supporting me. So it's like, it's literally
Yeah.
like fail, like lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's just
stupid.
like, yeah, it's just all around dumb.
I feel like these husbands need to like, kind of like, rein in their women a little bit.
I know. It's like,
Like, what are you doing? You're just like gonna let your like wife like inject her face with this like foreign chemicals?
like, just like pay someone to.
Yeah, you're gonna spend like money that I made.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, all these women probably make their own money from doing influencer jobs too. But like, yeah, especially if it's like the guy's money. Like,
Mhm.
like fucking go date a sugar daddy if you want. Fucking like, I would never pay for your like cosmetic shit. It's like cuck behavior.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's like really, it's just like,
Yuck.
I'm just like so morally opposed to like
It's fucking horrible.
doing anything like that.
It's a marketing scam.
Yeah.
They literally tell women like they need it to like
yeah,
look
it's
youthful.
fucked up.
To
It's
have
literally
the edge on
fucked.
other women.
Right?
It's like so stupid. It's like they're literally already married.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of edge are you trying? You're like oh, like, you know, you got to do this to keep your husband, or else he's gonna go chasing some other hotter, younger tail.
Yeah, that's literally like, that's like,
Keep your beauty.
yeah. It's fucked up.
Keep your beauty close.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, women should just like embrace their wrinkles. And I mean, obviously, like there are things that you can do like naturally, just having like a healthy lifestyle and stuff,
Yeah.
like while you're still young, like that will like make you like prevent wrinkles and stuff. Like if you don't like drink or smoke cigarettes, like if you eat a healthy diet, if you like don't get like sunburned all the time or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like those things will just kind of like naturally prevent wrinkles. So yeah, it's like do that stuff. Like, you know, just like don't like just completely neglect
Right. Like, yeah, I'm not saying, yeah, just
like don't completely
don't
neglect
care about your appearance.
Your appearance, but like
but don't do things that like harm your body.
Yeah, like don't
or do things that are like ridiculously expensive or like out of the way.
Yeah, don't do
unnecessary.
anything that's like kind of like trying to like hide like a natural process,
right.
or
it's like a try hard move.
Yeah.
It's like you're obviously like insecure and like desperate to like start injecting yourself, and that's like unattractive. Like insecurity is like hyper unattractive.
Yeah.
And like I feel like a lot of like women and men like, yeah, I feel like a lot of like, yeah, people just think like men only like look at the physical like on a woman, and it's like not true. Like we're also like looking at like how a woman is like perceived and how she behaves in like society. And like a woman who like gets Botox is like obviously like insecure about her looks, and like that's not attractive. Like that's gonna like bleed over into other aspects of like her life. And yeah, it's much more powerful to just like live your life like as naturally as possible, and it's much more of like, yeah, like a statement of like confidence. And that's really attractive. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like men who like say that like Botox women like look like better or whatever are like, they're just like lying to like make these women like happy.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine like guys actually like want that. Like I don't know, like yeah, because I feel like like yeah, it's mostly like a woman thing. Like all these like getting fake tits and stuff, they're like trying to get the edge, or like they're trying to be competitive with like other women. But like I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's like guys out there who like just love fake tits.
Well, I mean, there definitely are, but like
all the guys I've met like don't like fake tits. Like I don't think I've ever met a guy who's like, oh yeah, like my chick's got to have big fake knockers, like
the thing about
she's gone.
Fake boobs too is like it's not like you look like you have just like natural fake boobs. Like you
I mean,
can tell,
they can do
or
them well.
natural
I mean, it
big
depends
boobs,
on where you go to get them done. I
like,
mean, there's definitely good ones.
You can tell that they're fake.
But
I mean, I can always tell. I don't know, like
yeah, I don't know if I can always tell. I'm not gonna say that, but I wouldn't want to date a girl who has fake tits. Like that's just like really off-putting to me. It's like disturbing.
It's like silicone.
She would alter her body in such a way over such like a minute.
I mean, yeah,
issue that's like only in her own head. It's like, oh, like God didn't bless me with like big tits, so I gotta like, I gotta take over, like, I gotta take the reins. It's just like accept yourself. Like not everyone's gonna have big tits. Like,
and it's all like aside from like just kind of
like, am I gonna get big dick surgery? It's fucking stupid.
Like aside from like, you know, the kind of like societal or like what it says about you or whatever, like having fake tits is like really unhealthy for your body. Like it's not good for you.
Oh yeah, it's horrible for you.
The plastic like leaks into your blood, and like
yeah, you're putting a foreign object into your body permanently.
Like
that should be avoided at all costs.
Your breasts are like really, they're like sponges. Like they're like a really kind of like tender, like
I'm getting worked up now,
part of your body. I mean, your whole body is like, it all works together to like, you know, it's like if you're like being holistic or whatever, like you shouldn't fuck with anything, but like especially like someplace like your tits, like like lots of hormones.
Like, it's literally how you feed your children.
Yeah,
you're gonna you're gonna surgically implant shit in there.
Yeah, like you're gonna like,
come on now,
like put like let like plastic like leak into your like milk ducts and like have like your, like it's just kind of nasty. Like God, yeah, it's horrible.
We gotta end this podcast on a fucking
high
note.
The one, and then another thing is like, I think I might have said this on before, but we're talking about like Love is Blind. Sure, like Love is Blind or whatever, but or like you can find somebody on that show. Like obviously people got married, but we were talking about like like your physical appearance like says more about you than just like kind of how hot you are or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you can be looking, it's like you can want to know what somebody looks like before you like date them or marry them. Like, not even necessarily for just like shallow, like hotness reasons, you know?
Right, of course. Yeah.
Like, you would want to know, like, yeah, like,
are
oh,
they
like,
physically able to protect me?
Does this girl wear like lots of makeup?
Or like, yeah,
like,
is this woman insecure?
yeah,
Is
right.
that gonna,
Or like,
bleed
does,
over
or
into other issues in our
do
marriage?
they like take care of themselves? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, are they healthy? Like, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I just feel like the whole like Love Is Blind thing, like, yeah, it was a good show, but like, it's also just like kind of stupid.
All right, to end this podcast on a little lighter of a note, we're gonna react to some of the new Lego releases that have been announced recently. Are you ready, babe?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is the first time Alyssa's seen a lot of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and show her some of the new Harry Potter ones. And you tell me sink or swim, yay or nay, on these, okay? Trying to find them. This is bait. Where are they? You know what? I'm gonna just search by theme. I'm on the Lego store, the Lego.com shop. Sets by theme, Harry Potter. What's your favorite Lego theme?
Are you gonna show me? Wait.
Look, they got Jurassic World, Harry Potter, Frozen, Friends, Ninjago, Spider-Man, Star Wars.
I like the Jurassic World ones.
Yeah, the Jurassic World ones.
Luna
are cool.
has this like dinosaur from like Duplo Jurassic World,
Mm-hmm.
and she really likes it, and she makes like rawr noises and like makes it like.
Oh yeah, this one right here.
She like opens its mouth and stuff.
The T-Rex and Triceratops dinosaur breakout.
If we're trying to get her to eat something, we'll just like have the dinosaur pretend to eat it.
Yeah.
And then she'll like start eating it too. It's like,
She's so cute. Yeah. Yeah, this is there's a lot of breakouts. I was showing this to Mason, and he like pointed that out. Like, there's the T-Rex and Triceratops dinosaur breakout. There's the new T-Rex breakout. There's a T-Rex and Atrops.
I've been sitting in
T-Rex
this chair for so long.
Hold on, babe. This is important.
Pregnant women like literally need to not be sitting down for this long.
Dinosaur breakout, and then there's the T-Rex dinosaur breakout. So these are all cool. This one's the one everyone's buzzing about is the T-Rex breakout. It's coming onto the market April 17th. That's like 4 days from now. Hell yeah. $100 retails for hundo. Brick built dinosaur. Alright guys, Alyssa's struggling. We'll react to Lego sets next week.
What?
What? You're struggling.
Well, I just like want you to like, you know, get
Wrap
to
it
the
up.
sets that
Wrap
you're
it up.
trying to like show me.
Okay, so you think you got a little bit of energy for... Where are these new sets? What do they fucking take them down? I literally saw them on here the other day. They're trying to bait us, hun. They're trying to give us that old shake your dick at bait. Oh, here they are. All right, nice. Okay, so here's number 12, Grimold Place, and this, of course, is Sirius Black's residence. Look, there's Creature. We never got Creature before in Lego. There's the new Sirius Black. See, he's got a like, nice little green jacket on that kind of has coattails that go down printed onto his legs. That's a really nice feature. I like that when they have like the coat extend onto the leg printing. We've got Crookshanks and Ron, a nice little Ronnie sweater, and Tonks. I think this is the first Tonks we've ever had in Lego form.
Wow.
Yep. What face is it though? Yeah, I think that might have been a reused face, but that's okay. But see how the building actually comes apart and like reshapes itself. See that? There's some mechanism, I think, that allows it to be pushed in and out, so it can collapse like how it does in the film.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking this one up because.
Well, my first like initial reaction is like the building looks just like really boring.
That's what I like about it though, because it's like perfect for like Gotham, just like
Yeah.
background building.
The figures are cool though. Like all the figures that it comes with.
Okay, so this is probably not your favorite set, but look at the interior. I mean, we got the family black wall, the black family wall. That's about it. There's like a dining table. The interior is kind of lackluster. Oh, they got the extendo ear. Remember the ears? The twins they used to like listen in. We've got a bat and kind of
That's
a tan
cool.
and kind of a tan color. I've never seen that before. That's cool. Different colored bat. Yeah, cool set. 120, coming June. We have to wait all the way until June to get it, guys. Then we got the Ministry of Magic, and this is a $100 set 76403. And I was excited about this one. I heard about it early on when there was just rumors, but honestly, I gotta say I'm disappointed with this one.
Yeah, this looks pretty lame.
There's not much to it. It's like two pillars on either side that are just kind of these like thin facades. And I guess they're restackable. It's kind of the appeal of some of these sets. I didn't realize this until just recently, but like these new Hogwarts sets they're releasing, they're constructed in such a way that you can take them apart and repurpose them. And see how they're all different kind of, obviously it's Lego, you can take it apart, anything, but they're built in a way to where solid structures can be taken apart and repurposed as new buildings, which I'm not really that big of a fan of that. It's kind of stupid, but I guess some kids might enjoy that. For me, I'd rather they just build it solid so it doesn't fall apart when you're trying to move it. Look, inside the Ministry of Magic, there's some nice little details. They've got the orbs, the little shelf of those things that were in the fifth movie. Is it the fifth movie? The one where they go to the Ministry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's the Dumbledore fight. You know what would have been cool if they had included Dumbledore and Voldemort's battle in this. That would have sent the set over the edge. But unfortunately, no. We've got some minifigures from the Ministry. The statue is pretty underwhelming. I guess they're not going to do the whole magic is might thing. That would have been probably too oppressive, like looking for a Lego set. Yeah, 3 out of 10. Not gonna buy this one. This is pretty much just a bunch of bait. $100. I mean, I like the dark green colors. It's like one of my favorite Lego colors. So it'd be good to have more of those in circulation. It's a pretty rare color. All right, here's a cool one for only $90. The Shrieking Shack in Whomping Willow. Got this cool looking building.
Why do I hate all of these?
You don't like the shack?
Mm.
You don't look at the detail on it. Look at how it's all boarded up.
I guess this is like the best one.
Look at the snow on it. Looks so cool.
Yeah. I have a stick in my pocket that Luna gave to me earlier.
Aw.
Oh, we were at the park.
Babe, that's so sweet.
I'm gonna save it forever.